Hey lovely sexy hobby people, welcome to today's video, which is Warhammer Stormbringer Premium Kit number 4. This is for the Moon Clan Gloomspite Gitz stuff. We'll have a look at the plastic, which is there. These are the three big fellas and then the super big fella. So let's have a look, shall we, at this. Now this is obviously much thicker than a lot of the other special premium kit mags that we've got, and I think that's because there's more to do with these in the build, etc. So Dankhold Troggoth, that looks phenomenal. I do like it. And then Rockgut Troggoths. So you get your D6 rolling charts for origins and then characteristics. Origins for these guys, characteristics. Then we're into our how to build the Troggoths. So this is the Dankhold Troggoth that we're building first. And there's quite a few pages for this fella. Looks like you get a choice of weapon heads. So you can either go for a blunt hammer, colossal boulder club, or something else with a boulder club with a spike. It says here, Dankhold Troggoths spend much of their lives asleep underground. If roused, they lumber to the surface and terrorise the mortal realms. I like the fact they've got like just a mass of mushrooms and stuff on their back. And then the Rockgut Troggoths here. So we get 3 of these as a unit. Do you know, it looks like we get quite a few variations of the faces. So you can, if you've got these in your army already, it looks like you can give them plenty of variation facial wise. Then we're painting. Right, so start by undercoating your Dankhold Troggoth with Wraithbone. Make sure you keep your paint thin and build up smooth layers. Alternatively, you can use a spray for it. Base coating and glazing. So we're doing a lot of Baraknar Burgundy and then Slanesh Grey. And then we've got Rockgut Skin glazing here. So these guys are blue. Again, undercoating with Wraithbone. So base coating details. I think we're moving between the two different sets of people now. They seem to be going for a lot of glazing and stuff like this on various parts, rather than like a solid colour and then highlighting. But these look good. So you get, right, Dankhold Troggoths. So these buggers are quite large. I don't think they're as large as the Ale Guzzler Gargant, but they have a 6-inch move, they have 10 wounds, 4 up save and 6 bravery. They have a colossal boulder club, so 2-inch range, 4 attacks, 3+ to hit, 2+ to wound, -2 rend, and it's D3 +3 damage. Regeneration. Troggoths are able to regrow injured flesh almost as quickly as it is harmed. At the start of the hero phase, you can heal up to D3 wounds allocated to this unit. That's quite handy for making your unit resilient. Squiggly beast followers. Dankhold Troggoths are accompanied by a horde of small skittering cave creatures that look to them for protection. At the start of the combat phase, roll 1 die. For each enemy unit within 3 inches of any friendly units with this ability, If the roll is equal to or greater than the number of models in that enemy unit suffers 1 mortal wound. Your Rockgut Troggoths has got a 6-inch move, 4 wounds each, 5 bravery and a 4-up save. Missile weapons, throwing boulders, 9-inch range, 1 attack. As a special rule for the 2 hit to wound, rend and damage. But they have melee weapons, which are a massive stone maul. So 2-inch range, 2 attacks, 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, -2 rend and 3 damage. Same sort of like generation rule as the Dankhold Troggoth. But the throw-in boulders, Rockgut Troggoths often dig up boulders hurt during battle and hurl them towards the enemy with varying degrees of accuracy. Do not use the attack sequence for an attack made with throw-in boulders. Instead, pick 1 enemy unit within range and roll a die. Add 1 to the roll. If the target has 5 or more models on a 4+, that unit suffers 1 mortal wound. Okay, it's not a massive amount of mortal wounds, but I can see how that would chip away at an enemy. Then you have your War Scroll tutorials, so Dankhold Troggoth, magical resistance and squiggly beast follows. And then the throwing of boulders for your Rockgut Troggoths. Then we have our battle plan for the Unstoppable Force. So, the armies. Here you go. So the Order will have the Lord Imperatant with Gryph-hound and 4 Praetors. And destruction is just going to be your Dankhold Troggoth and 3 Rockgut Troggoths. The battlefield. Place the battle mats. So you've got all 4 of them in a quad. Then you'll put in your objective markers in a pattern of 4 in the centre. It looks like each deployment zone is going to be on the short table edge, but it's quite a small area. Right, deployment. First, the Order player deploys their units wholly within their territory, then the Destruction player. First turn, the Destruction player takes the first turn in the battle round. To arms. At the beginning of their hero phase, each player can pick 1 unit from their collection and add it to their army. This unit must be deployed anywhere in the player's starting territory that is more than 9 inches away from any enemy unit. This unit must be treated as a summoned unit. Okay, so you can add in, you're starting with the units that I listed earlier, but then you can add in an extra unit each time your hero phase comes round. So that would be a really handy way to get extra troops on board. Cool. Let's have a look at the plastic, shall we? Come down. Right, here we go. So these look like the Rockgut Troggoths here. And then we have our Dankhold Troggoth. Looks like the Dankhold have got 50mm bases, and the Rockgut have got 50mm bases, and the Dankhold has what could be a 60 or 65. So look at the Rockgut to begin with. So these are a sculpt of 2019. I love the texture on the skin. That is fantastic. There's lots here. There's lots of variation. We've got lots of facial variants here. Like in just this corner alone, there's loads of those, which is going to give you, I think, plenty of variation. It also looks like, it looks like they have organised it so that you have 1 throwing a rock and 1 wielding a weapon but you've got plenty of options here, because you've got a large weapon here, but you've got two additional clubs there. So 2 additional clubs there, and you've then also got what look like, what's that bit of scenery? That's a bit of stone that's being thrown. It looks like you've got several items of heavy stone. Oh, there's another club there, so that's 3 like smaller clubs that can be used. And then it looks like, as I say, it looks like we've got the option to have them all throwing rocks as well, potentially. So we've got one holding a rock here. We've got a big bit of like statuary here that's about to be hurled, or could be hurled. Another set of arms holding a rock, the end of a rock. Yeah, so you've got options. You've got options. So you can either have a mixed unit like they've gone for, or you can have a unit just of like clubs or rock throwing, etc. And then we have, oh wow, look at this. This spider hanging from a thread. I mean, that is very fragile. So you'd obviously, I think you'd probably need to paint that and then hang it on the Dankhold Troggoth. But fantastic. Love that. That is so cool. Anyhow, he's also got hold of like a centipede here. That's pretty cool. So it looks like there's options that are available, but it seems that with the magazine they are giving you only the one option, which is to go for the heavy club, because you've got a wooden club here as well. Yeah, okay. So if you were to look up maybe on Reddit the instructions, to get the full instructions so that you could see what options you had available. This is a sprue, another sprue of 2019 as well. But I do love this hanging spider, that is so cool. Plenty of mushrooms that adorn this guy's back as well. Just be aware that some of these, like these things here, these rope slings that are carrying equipment, or this necklace here, are very, very fragile. So you're going to have to be careful how you clip them out, and then how you deal with the mould, the seam lines that are on it. Right, shall we get these built? Come back and we'll get that done. Okay, lovelies, let's build our Dankhold Troggoth, shall we? Right, so multiple parts. I have made some up already because it's just repeating steps. Now, right, first things first, I'm going to come in and make the face. And this particular one has an open mouth, so they've modelled a tongue. So you're going to need to put the tongue in first. Okay, and then join the face together like so. And then you actually get, so the face, there's three faces that come with this kit, and they all look like this. So you join your face halves together and then you add in your ears. Now all the ears are interchangeable with every single face. Okay, so again, there's plenty of variation here. And for example, these ears will just glue onto the side there and on the opposite side. And I think this is where, in this particular kit, I think GW have done really well in how they've done this. Where's the other ear? There it is. With how GW have done this. Yeah, absolutely. You know, the ears aren't specifically in pairs, you know. If you wanted to use completely different ears to what's being used on the faces at the moment, then you could do, you know, swap them around, but it's going to give you plenty of variation for your Troggoth, and I like that. So you can literally have 3 of these Dankhold Troggoths with each with a different face, and at least 2 with different poses. Right, so first things first, we are going to come in and join the legs up. So and these actually do take a bit of time to put your glue on all the way around, but it's worth taking the time to do this. Like so. Once you've done that, you've got his pot belly. If I can find it, there it is. He's got his pot belly that's going to go on. Okay. And because it's reasonably open, you can get in there and just add in the glue on the inside of the seam. Okay. And then whack the feet on. So this should only go on one way. Then I'm actually going to glue this down to the base. Okie dokie. Right, then it's saying to come in with the arms. So you just need to do that. And the arms are just generally in 2 halves. Just go together like so. And the arm for the opposite side is pretty much exactly the same. So these are going to glue on. So the first one is going to glue in here. Like thus. Then it says to make the like the back, the shoulders and the neck. Excuse me. So we have got this really impressive set of mushrooms and that goes on there. So there's a little dimple and pin for locating this bit in there, like so. Or it would anyway. Like that. Then we're gluing it to this, and I'm just trying to it's probably easier to marry it up from underneath. Like so, and then come in with the glue. So like that. And this is the top of the shoulder and neck. That's going to marry up there. So they have tried their best to hide the seam lines in amongst a little forest of mushrooms. And in natural folds of the skin. So just obviously make sure that's home. Nice. Right, you've already seen how the arms go together. So I've made this one already. And And then this is just going to go in there, like so. And again, actually, this is really well done with regards to hiding the join underneath these sort of like barnacle things. That's really cool. And this is what you've got so far. Okay. You do have a little cap for this mushroom here. So just stick that on. And then you have this little, it's a cannon with some mushrooms stuck out the end of it. So this is going to go on, and it's kind of going to go on there like that. Typical. Right, let's try again. Just be sure to push the rope for this back into position. So once you've got that far, it's then asking you to make a choice of head. Now, I've made up the 3 heads, and they're all just going to go into position, you know, like so. So, first one, second one, that I've plumbed already for the one with the open mouth. There you go, that's what you've got. The final bit is going to be making up our two-handed weapon that this guy's got. So you've got the tops of the knuckles going on. And that's for both. Okay. And then you've got a choice of heads. So the heads essentially just go together in 2 halves. This is the head for the two-handed weapon here. They just basically go together in 2 halves. So this looks like it's a bit of old statue or something. Broken statue. Looks like the head of a broken statue. That. And then this, the other option you've got is this pointy one. So these are your 2 options. So one's a pointy one and one's not. Pointy one will look like that. I've gone for the blunt headed one made out of the statue's head. Could be a dwarven one actually. And then that is going to attach onto the wrists. And that is going to be probably easiest to just hold it upside down for a little bit like this. And then just get your bits. Oops. Pressed up and glued on. And with the Dankhold Troggoth, you actually got some little basing accoutrements. So I'm going to just stick a couple on. What I'm going to do is you've got these little stalactites, whatever they are, with faces on. So I'm going to stick those down to the base. Like that. And that's your Dankhold Troggoth. Just a little bit worried about the alignment for the wrists, but hopefully that should keep it in place now. I will have to check on it though. Right, so that's your Dankhold Troggoth. You've then got your Rockgut Troggoths, and these are different. So, belly, legs, butt, face, neck, arm, face part, foot, leg. Right, here we go, face. Now, first thing you're going to do is join your butt to your belly. Okay. So you can do that. Like so. Okay. Then your feet will attach to the legs. Okay, so there's one, and then the other one. So just make sure you check the orientation when you do this. Right, then these will attach to the butt of your Sloggoth, of your Troggoth even, not Sloggoth. So and then the other one. Then I'm going to glue him down to the base. Like so. So you've done that. Now we are coming to the other bits and pieces. Right, so the next thing we're actually going to do is the neck part. Just so as it's got time to go off. So this is kind of like the neck and back of the head. And then for this particular face, a lot of these faces are put the nose in, like so, and then like the lower jaw, a lot of these faces are like this. You've then got your arms, which will attach to kind of like a shoulder piece. So I just trying to remember which ones went with which. Right, so this one goes there. Like this. So that's one shoulder, and then this arm attaches in there. Now a lot of these weapons that I've made up actually are come in two parts. So you have the main part attached, you know, being held in the hand, and then like a little bit which just goes onto one side. And then we have now, the thing about these, okay, is that they are completely interchangeable with all the others. So you're going to make up about 4 pairs, all right? 4 left and 4 right. And they are completely interchangeable the way that they've been designed. So this could go with it. You've got this where it's got like a cow slung over the shoulder, you know, or you can have that and the axe or the mace, all right? And these are all completely interchangeable with each other, all right? And these are the ones that I've done already. And again, these separate shoulders and arms I think, absolutely a really good way of doing it. Now, there are two other builds that are available, and I'm going to use these. So you've got one with a two-handed melee weapon, and then you've got one throwing a giant rock, or in this case the head of a dwarf statue. So I'm going to go with this one because the guy stood on a tactical rock, and I think his two-handed weapon will denote him as kind of squad leader. And that's so that's all glued into position. These, like I say, you know, you can just have them in any in so many different combinations. Of all the kits that I have done, I kind of feel that this is probably the best one for options. So once you've glued the torso to the legs, you then come in and do like the top of the neck and shoulders, and that just goes on there. And again, these are all interchangeable, you know, so you can have so many different combinations of poses here. It's you know, like I say, for a kit, it's absolutely phenomenal. I'm impressed. I'm gonna say that I'm impressed with this kit for the choice. And then I've in actual fact, I mean, these are like the spare heads, so you get literally how many heads we've got here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You get 9 heads in this kit. I'm actually going to go with this one because he's got like a bit of rock tied to the top of his head, and I just think that that might be kind of like as some sort of helmet that, being the pack leader, he might think. Plus it's in keeping with the fact he's got a bit of rock attached to his shoulder as sort of like armour. I think that's quite in keeping with this particular figure. And there you go, that's your Troggoth. You know, and again, you've got this guy throwing this bit of statuary, but you can swap it out. If you don't want like the dwarf's head, you can just have a big old bit of rock. You know, so the flexibility in the Troggoth kit is unreal. I haven't attached this particular necklace to this Troggoth. I've kept it off because I didn't want to do it. But you know, you've got 3 different like necklaces that you can put on the different Troggoths here. And yeah, I mean, you've got all these heads left over. So if you were that way inclined, you could literally just have one of these floating around on a base as like something that lost its head. And even this can just go onto a base as a bit of rock, you know. As it stands, we've got these little ornaments here. So I'm just going to pop these. These are from the Dankhold Troggoth, and I think that they'll look good just popped on here. So you've got a little mushroom with a toad on it, just there. And then there's a little mushroom with a face on it. And then I think I'll pop on these other ones that I did earlier. I'll just pop a little mushroom on each of those, just for a little bit of interest on the bases. Is that another little face? Yeah. So there you go. Right, so those are your Rockgut Troggoths in various kind of poses, and then you have your Dankhold Troggoth, which is this beastie here, and they're all fantastic kits. You get a lot of extras, I feel. So this is the Rockgut Troggoth extras. Like you get two complete like sets of arms and shoulders here, and then for the Dankhold you actually get quite a bit here. With you get 2 extra heads, 2 extra weapons. There's another neck, another arm for variation, different necklace, and then you've got this fist which has grabbed a centipede, giant centipede. So yeah, plenty, absolutely loads. Oh, and you get another set of toadstools on the shoulders. Absolutely loads of spares in those 2 kits. I can't fault it. Yeah, really can't fault it. Lovely kit, fantastic. Anyway, hopefully you'll join me in the next video. All right, take care. Bye bye.